Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. This is your tutorial for your food chain and food web simulation. This simulation you will be doing on May 7th, I think. I have to go to my slides here. All right, so Thursday, May 7th, you will be doing a tutorial or a simulation of how the Platte Basin food chains and food webs. There are some instructions here on how to use it, and of course the video tutorial will be posted here. Don't forget, you also need to observe your plants. So you would click right here to take you to that website. All right, and this is what it's going to look like. It has all these animals and other organisms, plants and animals, that live in the Platte Basin, which I believe is in Nebraska. You can go ahead and just scroll. It's going to look like this picture isn't going away, but you will come up here. And you have some information here about food chains and food webs. So these are the interrelationship between species in the river, wetland, grassland, and woodland habitats of the Platte River prairie ecosystem. It's complex, it's dynamic. By exploring the food chains and food webs, you're going to discover how energy is transferred from one organism to another. All living things are connected. Here's how it works. So food chains. A food chain follows one path as animals find a snake. And that snake has eaten a mouse. And that mouse has eaten grass. The food chain consists of producers, the plant, the consumer, the animals, and then eventually goes back to something called a decomposer or a microorganism. You'll learn more about that a little bit later on. Now, a food web consists of many food chains that are all connected to each other. So our snake up here, he might eat something else besides that mouse. And that's what makes it more of a food web. All right, so to learn our activity here, we're going to make some food chains and food webs. To learn more, we're going to try this activity out. After completing the activities, you're going to study the plants and animals that live near you. Discover food chains that might make up your neighborhood's food web. All right. So as you scroll down here, you are going to launch the activity by clicking on this picture. All right. So here, our example, simple food chain. Can you make a food chain? Click on a living thing and drag it to the correct place. When you complete the chain, a video will launch. So if I scroll up here, I can see here we have a coyote. So if I scroll over it, it tells me how he's a carnivore. He can weigh 15 to 44 pounds. He tends to be very vocal at night and travel in a pack. I can tell you about them being vocal. We have a pack of coyotes near my house, and I hear them almost every night. Now this coyote, he likes to feed on the beaver. And he says, of course, I'm a herbivore. Not only do I eat tree bark, but also pond weeds, algae, and even sedges. I can also drastically change the landscape to fit my own lifestyle. So now we need to figure out which of these organisms down here might that beaver be eating. Is he going to eat a Cassidy fish, who is a small flying insect? Well, he says he's a herbivore who likes to eat bark and weeds, so no. Is he going to eat a raccoon? No, probably not. The raccoon's looking for plants too. The sandhill crane? Probably not. The great horned owl? Probably not. Aquatic plants? Probably. So when you're not sure, you can definitely read the description below the organism. And then you're just going to drag and drop that right into the circle. See, we were correct. So now we get to watch a video of a beaver eating or moving plants around, whichever he's doing. I love this video. He's so stinking cute. All right, you guys can watch the rest of that on your own time. You can click next. It's going to give you another food chain. And of course, you can go through and read about where the organism lives here, what the producer, the plant lives, what it's all about. You're going to fill in this blank. You're going to read about the animal that's going to be eating whatever fits in the blank. And then, of course, the great horned owl is eating the snake. So you'll go through here and try to figure it out. I'm going to give you a quick little. That one there is going to be the mouse. And of course, you get rewarded by watching another wildlife video. It's pretty cool. You're going to go through these and do some more of them until you get to the end, and they're going to give you a food web at that point to complete. I'm not going to show you that one right now because I want to make sure you guys get a chance to do this on your own. All right, so once you're done there, you will go and do your observation of your plants. What did you, or you want to know, tell me, what did the arrows in the Platte Basin food web or food chain simulation show you about movement, energy, and matter from one organism to the next? That's your question you're going to be answering about the simulation. And then how is that going to help you tell the finding Bigfoot producers, how does a Sasquatch get resources it needs to move so quickly? Okay. Well, really enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed doing that simulation. It was a lot of fun to find. And until next time, take care and I'll see you soon.